every county. This is your statewide newscast. Arkansas Today.
Good Monday afternoon, and thanks for watching Arkansas Today. I'm Mallory Brooks. One person has been killed, another injured in a shooting in El Dorado. Police say they found Justin Mayweather with a gunshot wound inside a home on Detroit Street. He told police the shooting happened across the street. That's where police say they found Octavius Critton. He died at the scene. No arrests have been made at this time. Now we go to Tennessee, where a dangerous prison escapee is back in custody after 5 days on the run. That break in the manhunt coming from an alert and a doorbell camera. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez has details.
It is a good day because Curtis Watson is in custody.
This morning, the manhunt for Curtis Ray Watson is over. 5 days after he escaped from a Tennessee prison, the 44-year-old captured Sunday after a couple spotted Watson on their Ring video doorbell system. Appearing hungry, mosquito-bitten, and covered in ticks, Watson raided an outdoor refrigerator at the home of Harvey and Ann Taylor. The couple inside, awakened by their Ring, was watching his every move.
We pulled it up on the screens so that we could see it in the house, and we looked out, and there was this guy in the refrigerator. And once he closed the left side of the refrigerator door, my wife could see his face and recognize his beard.
The Taylors called 911, and by the time police arrived, Watson was gone. 7 hours later, 2 officers with the Department of Corrections found Watson hiding in a soybean field. Watson, who is serving a 15-year sentence for aggravated kidnapping, went missing Wednesday from the prison about 50 miles northeast of Memphis. He's accused of sexually assaulting and killing 64-year-old Deborah Johnson, an administrator who lived on the prison grounds.
I just thank God that he was captured before her funeral, because it gives us added relief that we can really bury our mother.
In the 5 days he was on the run, Watson had covered only 10 miles. And as for the Taylors,
there's a $52,500 reward. Have they talked to you about that? And are you due that money?
I would think so.
And that was Gabe Gutierrez reporting. Watson is expected to be arraigned this week on charges including first-degree murder and aggravated burglary. They will consider pursuing the death penalty. Witnesses say a mother and daughter were hurt after a ride at the Benton County Fair derailed. Witnesses say a cart on the Jungle Twist ride came off the rails around 8 o'clock this weekend. The ride is shut down and is being investigated. That's according to the Benton County Fair. They say there is an ongoing investigation.
We are aware of an incident with one of the Carnival rides at our fair. At approximately 8 p.m., there was a situation. We don't have all the details, but what we can share is that the ride was shut down immediately. It remains shut down, and we are working fully with investigation that will take place.
And we will keep you updated on that investigation. The United States has deployed one of its largest aircraft carriers, the USS Abraham Lincoln, to the Middle East after months of heightened tensions with Iran. The multi-billion-dollar aircraft carrier was sent by President Donald Trump to the North Arabian Sea. Last month, Iran boarded a British ship in retaliation to the UK blocking one of Iran's oil tankers. U.S. jets in the area are fitted with cameras to record the waters below, making it harder for tankers in the Gulf to be targeted and target any interactions, rather. The carrier itself is being used to deter threats through maintaining a presence in that region.
A large part of deterrence is the readiness that backs that deterrence up. So we're ready to defend the U.S. and the U.S. interests if called upon.
A fifth of the world's oil passes through that area, meaning that any issues with tankers passing through the region is a problem worldwide. There are over 5,000 crews aboard the carrier and about 70 different aircraft conducting daily missions. Protesters violently clashing with Hong Kong police again last night. Arrests were made as protesters blocked roads in another weekend of anti-government demonstrations. Some of the people apprehending and using force against protesters last night were themselves dressed in the signature outfit of demonstrators, fueling speculation that police officers pretended to be protesters. These protests stretching into a 10th week with no sign of either side backing down. As tear gas smoke filled the air at Hong Kong's mass transit railway station, a large group of mostly young protesters called on police to hold back with chants.
I'm talking about that decoy operation, right? As I said, this is operational issues. As long as they are violent protesters, if they are aiming to use deadly force against any other people, we will try our best to do investigation and have them apprehended.
It's not clear how many protesters were inside the station at the time, but it has been rare for officers to fire tear gas inside.